Hello, welcome back to A Shape of a Person. Today we get to talk to Andrea from Colombia. She is an inspiring person who brings so much energy, so much positivity. She even mentions the term vitamin person. I had not heard that before, but she is the ultimate vitamin person. And we loved talking with her today, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So let's listen. Good morning, Andrea. We're so happy to have you here with us today. And I'm really eager to hear your story because I don't have you in class. I don't have the honor of having you in class. So why don't we just begin with you telling us just a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been here, and we'll take it from there.
Hello, thank you for inviting me first. I'm from Colombia, but I was living in Brazil before to move here. My husband works, and for his work, we move maybe each 2 years.
Oh, wow.
We change our location.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And we arrived here in February 2024, and I started studying the college because before to move here, I ever feel regret because when I finished my high school, I didn't do an interchange to learn English. I studied in a Catholic school, and when I did the university, I took the classes that I need to get my degree, but I never practiced English. And it's something that made me feel insecure, maybe, or uncomfortable. And well, we arrived here, and I thought, is the opportunity. I need to complete that part that is in my dream list, that the things that I need to do for me.
Well, your English is beautiful.
It is beautiful. So
Thank you.
did you study English in high school and in elementary school?
No.
Where did you
it's
learn it?
Really basic. But when I arrived here, when we were living in Brazil, I focused. I didn't speak Portuguese.
Sure.
But I arrived and I started to practice, and I made friends, and I love read and hear audiobooks.
Okay.
And right now I stopped with Portuguese. I still have lovely friends here, and I practice a lot Portuguese. But I started hearing audiobooks. I read in English loud. I like to practice a lot and do everything really well. And I hard work, because my little son is learning. So I need to be to learn to teach him in the good way. So
How old is he?
He's 7 years old.
Yeah.
You have a daughter also?
Yeah.
How old is she?
Tomorrow she's going to be 12.
Oh, happy birthday tomorrow. How exciting.
Yeah. She's 12. And I got married really young.
Yeah.
And we start traveling when she was 1.5 years. I am chemical engineer, and I was working before we start moving.
Sure.
And in that moment, we decided that I need to be at home because we didn't have a family, network support.
Right.
And now I enjoy
Being home.
Yeah.
So where have you lived?
Yes, that's my question.
I live in Ecuador, in Quito. At the beginning was South America. We lived 2 years. We start on 2015 in Ecuador. In 2017, we came back to Colombia. We stayed 3 years, and that I I got pregnant and my son was born. That was really great because we had family and a person who helped me at home. So that was wonderful. And in 2019, we moved to Argentina.
Oh, okay.
That was hard because it was pandemic and we were alone, but was a good experience. I think that in each country I discovered treasures and I try to enjoy the experience. I have a good attitude in front of my new life. And before Argentina, we moved to Colombia again, but only 1 year. I opened a cafe. I come back to work, and it was difficult because I led the management of my house and start my own business.
Oh my goodness.
And was really, really nice for me because I love cooking.
Okay.
But at the end of 2021, my husband was promoted to another position, and we moved to Brazil, and we stayed there 2 years.
Okay.
And that's all. And 2 years, and he received the job offer to move here. So now we are here.
Now you are here. Do you still have the cafe, or did you have to sell it when you moved?
No, I closed.
I
closed.
Yes. You can't run it from another country very easily.
Yeah.
Already, I'm blown away by your flexibility and your openness and willingness to take risks, because you start a business, you have a kid. I mean, like you learn a new language. Like it's just, I wonder if that's why your English, only having been here for such a short period of time, has improved so much, just because it seems like you jump on every opportunity.
Yeah, but for example, when I arrived here, I didn't like the feeling that I can't care of myself. So I start to working hard because I am very independent, and my husband has many travels in his job, and the schedule is hard. So I need to manage everything with the kids, with everything at home. And that feeling that I can't care of myself and have the language as a barrier, I don't like. So I start working hard. And for example, when I come to the college, I tried to speak only English because it's my opportunity.
Yes.
I think that the opportunities you have to take, and you have to work for your dreams, your purpose, and now the purpose is learning English well. And so that is my motivation every day.
So you take advantage of every minute that you're here. Good for you. Good for you.
And I like to look everything that happened in my daily, in my routines, in a positive way. I ever be happy, smile. I like to make friends. And I don't have attached. I don't like to have a lot of material things.
Sure.
I think that I like to travel light in the journey of the life.
Good thing, because you travel a lot. Is it? Is that hard, moving somewhere and knowing you may only be there a year or two? I feel like if that were me, I would withdraw, and I wouldn't work hard to make friends, and I wouldn't work hard to put down roots. But it's so important to have friends, especially someone like you who is outgoing. And has that been hard, moving so often, or that's just your life and you're...
At the beginning, the first time is difficult. But I think that with each change, I learn and I discover things that I like. And in that moment, for example, I don't have the dream to be here forever and ever.
Sure.
Sure.
I think that is a whole world outside that I never close to discover another things. And another things. And I think that everyone, we are passing in the life. And in each place I discovered and I made new friends. And I don't know, I think that we are passing in the life. So we only need to be present and enjoy day by day. And
so healthy. Are your parents similar? Do they have that same outlook? Where does that come from? Is that just who you are inside?
No, they are different. They live in a small city in Colombia, and they has their own business, but they don't move. For example, when the first time that they are worker class. They have to work hard to have a comfortable life.
Sure.
And the first time that I traveled outside for vacations from Colombia was when I got married. After that, we traveled a lot, but it was the first time. I've never thought that I live in this way.
Sure.
The only thing that I ever have in myself, in my mindset, is that I a familiar person, and that I want to be a mother, that I want to have a family. That was my dream ever since I was a child. Yeah.
Is your husband from Colombia?
Yes,
Okay.
he's from Colombia.
Did he
too.
travel a lot when he was young, or is he similar to you?
No, he traveled a lot.
Oh, okay.
And I am a routine person. I love to. I woke up every day, and I do the things in the same way every day. But he is different. I think that I adapt in the way that he live, because he doesn't like the feeling that be a trap.
Sure.
And he need to change. And now
Now you change.
he changed. I think that I have a skill that I can adapt easily. Maybe
Clearly.
for that. If we stay here many years, it's okay for me, and I enjoy the experience. If we need to move, I move, and it's okay. Sometimes I feel, and I ask myself, I concern, I am different. Maybe it's a problem that for me everything is okay, everything is beautiful. I don't argue a lot.
Yeah.
I go
That sounds
flow
great.
with the life.
I was just thinking, I feel like people pay thousands of dollars in therapy
Exactly.
to be you.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking like, okay.
Wow, yeah.
Have you been able to, or do you get back home to see your family and friends in Colombia often, or what has that been like? Has that been difficult?
Yeah, I used to travel. For example, in spring break, I traveled, I visit my family, but sometimes we prefer that they come to visit us, and they have a vacations in another place. And when we plan our vacations, I try to go and visit another place that we have never been.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where all have you vacationed? What different locations?
Yeah. For example, on July, we are going to travel to Turkey.
Oh, wow.
We are going to
I know,
stay-
Becky, that's on Becky's bucket list.
I really want to go there.
And when we, for example, here, we travel to another cities, because when we arrive in a country, we try to visit places and know the culture. So we visit Austin, Dallas, Colorado.
Oh.
We look for opportunities to travel and know the culture, the places, because I think that enrich
Yes.
Sure.
ourselves. And for example, we live in Brazil. When we arrived here, the first friends that we made were from Brazil.
Funny.
And we have things
Yes.
to talk, to make connection, and it's important. Maybe in the future, I will go to another place and I met someone from the United States, from Texas, and I'm going to have topic
Yeah.
to talk with that person.
Yes.
And you get a better perspective of a place when you
Right.
visit all these different cities, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure if someone goes to Colombia and just stays in one city, they wouldn't get the full experience. So the same in the United States. If you just
Yeah.
stay right here, you wouldn't
Yeah.
get the full experience.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You go.
No, so my question, you've lived in so many places. What have you noticed about the different cultures? How is Colombia different from Ecuador, from Brazil, from the United States? Is it night and day, or does every country share some things in common?
I think that there are different values
Okay.
and how the people see the life, maybe. In between Colombia and Ecuador is really similar because we are neighbors.
That's right.
Yeah. And the values are similar, food are similar, maybe with another names,
Got it, yes.
change and have different words.
Yes.
Yes.
It's Spanish, but have differences.
Sure.
But for example, with Argentina and with Brazil, is really different. But I find in common for example, with Brazil, I think that we are more similar with Brazilian people.
Really?
Colombian. We love music. We love share with friends. We are happy, and the values of the family is the most important. That it is really similar. Argentina is similar, but I think that they are a little bit different.
Okay.
And with the United States, is different. For example, we love hugs. We are more close with people.
Physically, even.
Yeah. It's affectionate,
we need
yeah.
that. We need that. And maybe I don't know. For me, was difficult. Was hard when I arrived because here people don't have time, and every time is hurry.
Yes.
And
That's such a good
Feel that in my
observation.
bones,
Yes, yes.
yeah. And I felt, for example, when I arrived, sometimes I can't express myself well, and if it was a person who doesn't speak Spanish, that person, I can feel that for that person was hard to try to understand me, and is losing like time.
Like they were impatient.
Yes,
Like they wanted you to finish
and
what you
look
were
for
saying.
another
Okay.
one who speaks Spanish to come and don't try
Oh, I see.
because don't have time.
No
People
time.
here don't have
That's so
time,
sad.
so it's
That's a good observation, and I definitely see it.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Or for
Feel it.
example, if I take a class or something like that, maybe tennis, the class finish and nobody spend time to
Right.
talk with you.
Everyone just
to
leaves to their-
share.
They're
Yeah.
off to their next
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Just so busy, and that's so counter to who you are, because you live in the moment, you enjoy and we're like, nope, on to the next moment. Sorry,
Yeah.
that moment's
Yeah.
done. I have to get to my next thing.
Yeah. So that it's hard for me, but I like here because Texans are familiar
Sure.
And for example, I was surprised on Easter that we went to the church, and many people in the church.
Yes.
That surprised me. And there are values that are similar. We are spiritual, familiar, and that is similar with us.
And you hadn't noticed it before.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Do you have any American friends?
Friends, maybe no.
How do you
but
define
for
that
example, with my children attend to different classes, and we chat with
You have
other
acquaintances,
parents.
right?
Yeah,
The other
yeah.
mothers, yes.
What do your kids think of all the moving and their experience right now? What is that like for you as a parent, to parent kids who are moving from country to country?
Before to move here was easy, but right now they told us that they don't want to move again.
Oh boy.
But
Maybe it's the age? Do you think it's their
maybe
age?
Annabella is because this change was difficult, was hard, because we arrived on February.
Yes, that was hard.
And they attend to the school, and I think that the year was ending, and the groups was made.
Yeah.
And for her was difficult to feel part of the community.
For sure.
It was hard to break into
Yeah.
those 12-year-olds, they probably made their little solidified groups of friends.
Yeah.
And did your kids speak English? Had they studied English before you came?
Annabelle on Brazil. Annabella studied in a Canadian school,
okay.
so she spoke English.
Okay.
But with Juan, we in that moment we decided that was important to focus on Portuguese because for him, for his adaptation, he need to communicate. When we arrived, he was 4 years old. So we need that he can make friends and talk with his teacher. And we focus on Portuguese. At home, we ever speak Spanish because we don't want that they lose the native English. They spend many hours in the school, so they are going to learn the second or third language. And when we arrived here, Juan didn't speak English, but now he's learning.
So your kids are trilingual.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Can they read Spanish?
No, and I don't try to teach him because I don't want to confuse him. Because reading in English, how he's learning is different. Because here he's learning by sounds and not by syllables. In Spanish, we learn to read by syllables.
Interesting.
And
because that makes sense. In Spanish, the syllable is actually the way it sounds.
That's right. We're here. Yeah.
So I don't try for now.
Can your daughter read in Spanish and English?
English and Portuguese.
And Portuguese. She can read in all three languages?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's really, what a gift for her.
That's exactly the word I was thinking. I was thinking it was a gift that you've given to her.
And thanks God we have here friends from Brazil, so we are still practicing Portuguese. I love Portuguese.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. And you sit next to Andrea P. in class, who's from Brazil. So
but we speak only
in English.
Good for you.
That doesn't surprise me because
yes,
you both are using every moment of the class to your advantage. Yes. That's
So do you feel like you have, you said you don't really have American friends exactly, but do you have, you feel like you've built a strong community here?
Yeah. I I feel a company here. We have friends from Colombia. We have friends from Brazil. We have friends from Mexico. And I feel well here.
Yes. So for someone like you who is so flexible and open and kind of free in that way, do you plan very much about what you want or what you hope to do next? Like, are you and your husband already thinking about where you'll go after this, or is it just kind of like, let's see what happens? Like, what is that like?
Well, we work hard in our present. For example, we are planning our future, working hard in our present. And the only thing that we don't have clear, or I don't have clear where I want to have my retirement age, or where I going to live and spend the last day of my life.
Well, you're still very young.
No, no.
Listener, no, yes.
But we are doing our investments and our planning, financial planning for our old age.
Sure.
But for example, we don't have the dream to buy a house. No, because why buy a house if you can live wherever you want?
Right. That would tie you down, which is
Yeah.
kind of the opposite of how you live.
We are concerned in working hard to guarantee that in that moment we have the incomes to live comfortably wherever we want.
Yes,
Right.
right.
No, have a route or a specific place. No.
Do you see yourself, you were a chemical engineer by training, do you see yourself returning to that job when your kids are older? Or is it too hard because your husband's job, you'd have to keep finding new jobs everywhere?
I know that now I have an employee at home. I take care of my children, but I'm sure and I know that this job is over one day because they are growing and there is a day that they don't need me.
Yes.
And I need to reinvent myself. I know. But now that I have the opportunity, I'm working hard, preparing myself, studying, doing things that I need to do in this moment. But I think that I don't want to be employed again because my parents, they ever have their own business, and my parents-in-law too. So we grow with the culture that they own business. And I the last 12 years I don't work for another person. So
Yes, right.
I think that I think in that how I see myself, my life in 10 years. And I know that I want to have a business. And I'm working right now, studying and looking
With that
what
goal.
it's going to be. Yeah,
Another cafe, do you think?
maybe.
Maybe, yes, yes.
That is my dream. I love coffee.
Oh, right?
You too.
We will
Let
come
us
to
know
your
when
cafe.
you open that
Yes.
cafe, wherever
We'll
it
be
is.
there on day one.
But actually, the food business are difficult.
Yes,
yeah.
that's what
It's
I've heard.
hard.
Yes. And it takes many, many hours.
Yeah.
Especially in the first years, which you know, you've done it. Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard that. That's
What was that like opening? I mean, I guess you just said that both sides of your family, your husband's side and your side, everyone's been an entrepreneur. Like everyone's worked for themselves, right? So was that daunting? Was that scary? Was that exciting? What was that?
And the opening, the day that we open, that day is I felt really, really scared. But we have we talk ever that if you feel fear, you go with fear. Wherever you cross that line, you notice that nothing happened and everything is going to be better. Ever can be better.
Interesting. So almost like if you're follow your fear because it's taking you to a place where you'll change and grow and.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You're so healthy, Andrea.
I know.
When I see fear, I'm like, turn around, go in the opposite direction of the thing that's scary.
Yeah.
You're so
and I
brave.
told that for my children.
Yeah,
It's normal feel, everyone feel fear.
Yeah.
Right.
But the difference is that you can continue and you don't give up when you feel fear.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What do you do for hobbies? What do you do?
I
You play
love-
tennis?
I love
Okay, podcast listeners, you can't see, but her face just lit up
Yes.
when Melissa asked that.
I enjoy being with myself a lot. So I like to walk outside, enjoy nature. I like, but I like dance too. So I attend
What kind of dancing do you do?
everything.
Okay.
I like to paint mandalas.
Oh, wow.
I like travel.
Sure.
I like to have a good coffee with a good conversation. I like to ride bicycle. I like everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you found people here who will do those things with you, and you also do them alone because you like to be alone too. Yes.
Yeah.
Are your children?
I look for vitamins people that recharge myself.
Vitamin people.
Vitamin people.
I've never heard that expression, but I
Did you make that
love
up,
it.
or is that something people say? Is that a new expression?
Yeah. People that recharge you, that feel. I don't like to waste my time with people that drain my energy.
Yes. Vitamin
Those
people.
are called energy vampires. So I knew that
Yes.
term, but vitamin people are the opposite of energy vampires.
I think that in with the age, I know so young, but I think that I don't like to waste my time. And when you, for example, in my case, that we are alone here and it's difficult, we need to be close people that make me feel happy, make me feel with energy.
Andrea, you are a vitamin person.
was the sentence
You are like
in
the
my
ultimate
brain.
vitamin person, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to bottle you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you do the tango? Did you do that in Argentina? The
No,
Argentinian?
because when I was in Argentina was the pandemic.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I think that Argentina was the country that be closed
It was
more
really
time.
close.
I've
I remember
heard that.
having, we had a student who told us about that.
It was really, really,
Honduras
really
too.
hard, that experience. But thanks God we were healthy.
Came through it on the other side, yes.
Yeah.
The whole time, was it the whole time you were in Argentina? Was that mostly during the pandemic, or were you able to experience
we arrived
it?
in 2019 until 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
We were there
that's
for
right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Does it make you want, which I know you go where the job goes, but does it make you want to try to go back there and experience Argentina when it's not pandemic
I want
times?
to visit Bariloche, Mendoza, many places that I want to know. Yeah.
Where in Colombia? I missed that. What city are you from? In
I'm
Colombia?
from Neiva. It's a small city.
Small, okay. Do you have
Yeah.
siblings, brothers and sisters?
I have one brother, but he's only son of my mother.
Okay,
Yes.
sure.
I don't know how. to
Half
say.
brother
Half
is what we say.
brother.
Is he in Colombia still?
Yeah, he lives with my mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they, your parents, just so surprised at who you are, that you are so free and not, I mean, owning a business really grounds someone, and you are just out seeing the world and all these new experiences? Do they fear for you? Are they excited for you?
I never asked them that question, Elisa. But for example, I am really close with my dad because they took care of me, but he feels surprised of me. But I'm surprised of him too, because, for example, he start the college, and I think that now he is in 5th semester, and he is 60 years old.
Wow, good for him.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
What is he studying? What is his plan?
He's studying marketing.
Marketing.
So I teach, because he told me many times that I teach him many things, to don't be worried, to enjoy day by day. And right now, he was, I don't know, avoiding that many years. And he told himself, no, but I am an old person, I can, and look for many excuses. And right now he decided to start, and he didn't use a computer. I don't know
Wow.
what he's doing right now.
He's doing it.
Yeah, and he inspired us.
Absolutely.
And my children, I show, look, the grandpa.
Aw.
He's studying.
That's true.
It's amazing.
And you're all inspiring each other. I mean, he
Yes.
said that you taught
right.
him
Yeah.
to be able to do, to overcome those fears, to live in the moment. And what a
Yeah.
beautiful thing when a parent learns from a child.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to do the things when we have the opportunity.
And it's never too late to do
Yeah, never too
something
late.
new.
That's true.
My own mother raised 6 kids, was home with all of us, and at 53 went back to college and became a pharmacist, of all things, which is a hard thing to study.
Wow.
And I think of my 44-year-old brain and the things you have to memorize in college. To be able to do that at that age is just so incredible and inspiring. And I think it taught all of us, her children, it's never too late to do anything. You have now. You can do.
It's better try, and maybe in the journey you can discover that it's a good idea or a bad idea. But is kid with the sensation that you never try, I think that is worse.
Yeah, because then you never know, and that's where regret comes from. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. What made you decide to study chemical engineering?
I don't know. Maybe. No, I know. Really, I knew. Because my best friend, one day, because I finished my high school very young, and my best friend in that moment said, I want to study chemical engineer. So I decided, I am good at math, at chemics, and physics, so I think that I'm going to study the same. And that's all. But right now, I think that I don't like that career for me.
No.
I like more human, social studies, more something in that area.
But I'm sure you learned so much from the experience.
Yeah,
Right?
and I love read.
You should.
I read a lot.
Even if you learned that it wasn't for you,
That's right, you
learning
still
something,
learn something.
right?
Do you read in English and Spanish and Portuguese?
Right now, I'm reading in
English.
English.
Yeah.
When I was living in Brazil, I read in Portuguese.
So you're using
I need
that
to
as
go
a way.
home and start reading in Spanish.
Yes, that's right. Today.
Today, live in the now. I'm inspired.
And I read loud some pages,
Yes.
and after that I read. Yeah, because I need to practice.
Oh, I think you're doing so well.
Yes, me
Yes,
too.
it's amazing. And you were telling us before we started recording that you read out loud to your kids' classes as often as you can.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Coming Friday, I am mystery reader again.
Oh, the
Is it still a mystery
reader.
if it's you every week?
Mystery reader.
Because I don't tell,
Again.
I don't tell to my son that I will
Yes,
go.
of course.
to-
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
I bet he's disappointed when it's not you then. Is it going to be my mom? What?
Yeah.
It's not. That's the mystery.
Oh, sweet. That's so great for everyone. You get to practice your
Yeah.
English and spend time with your son and see how he's doing in school, and he gets to have you there, and
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
And a lot of our students, I don't know, I think that's really brave, right?
Yes, that's the idea of that is very intimidating to our
Yeah.
students, I'm sure, to go read
I mean, it would be
in another
super
language. Yes.
intimidating to me to be in another country
Yeah.
and go read in that language to a whole class full of kids and the teacher.
Because children have no filter either. Like, I feel like they
Yeah.
would say, "What did you just say?" Or, you know what I mean? I don't know. They,
yeah. And what I told you before, I practice and I look for each word and I practice during 2 weeks.
Wow.
Too. And the first time that I came to the class, I told the kids, because when you express that we are vulnerable too,
Yeah.
and that I am learning too, like one,
Yeah.
so they can feel empathy.
I
Yes.
love
Yeah.
that so much.
And I told it, I going to tell you a secret. I need to practice this reading many weeks
For you.
to come here and read for you this book.
Yeah.
But that's empowering to them.
It is.
right?
That's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
that is.
Yeah.
To show them that here's this adult who
Yes.
seems, so poised and put together, and even you have to work for
Yeah.
everything, and so
Yeah.
they have to work too.
Yeah,
What a great lesson.
You are spreading vitamins wherever you go.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think that is a strong message for my children.
Absolutely.
That I need to be better, and it's hard, but with hard work, you can achieve whatever you want.
And being vulnerable. Kids need
Yes.
examples of seeing their parents be vulnerable.
That's very brave.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
inspiring.
And now you're an expert probably on a lot of children's books.
Yeah, right.
Right now, I ask them, what is the good way to pronounce this word?
And they'll tell you, oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
great. And then
Oh,
they
how
love
sweet.
that because then they feel like they're the experts.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
love
feel
that.
importance.
Yeah, I can see
Yes.
them puffing up when you ask and
Yeah,
like wanting to
yeah.
raise their hand and tell you.
But there is something that I recognize for my children, is that they never feel me upset or for example, when we are in a restaurant or in whatever place and I am speaking, they never help me. They let me to speak whatever I do, and they never feel upset or make me feel that I'm doing bad.
Yeah.
They cheer me up. That
cheer
it's
you
okay,
on.
you are
Yeah.
doing
Aw.
better.
Wow.
And
That's beautiful. And
Yeah.
I don't know how common that is. I know it is. I hear that it's fairly common for kids to get impatient and want
sure.
to speak for the
Yeah.
parents. And I understand that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that you have probably taught them
That's
that
right.
Yeah.
that patience, that openness, and I'm sure they're so proud.
Yeah. I think that maybe it's because we live alone in different places, so we are like a team.
That's
Yes.
right.
And
Yes.
we teach that to our kids. We are a team, and we need to support each other.
Right.
When one of the team is weak or is not feeling well, the other one have to support that person, and is what a team do. Is that?
I'm just speechless.
I know.
Like,
Everything you say, I'm like, make a mental note, completely change how you live your life.
I mean, you could write a self-help book and people would eat it up.
That could be the next thing you do.
And the book title is Vitamin People.
Yes.
That's how to be a vitamin person.
Oh my goodness.
There's your business.
I will
write a
pre-order
book. Yes.
right now.
Maybe I study psychology or something like that.
Yes.
I think that is like a dream because I read a lot books of psychology and how to help.
Well, Andrea, we have an expression in English. You are a breath of fresh air. Do you have that expression in Spanish or Portuguese? It means just you have such a different way of moving through the world, and it feels so inspiring to us, and it makes me like take a deep breath and think, oh, maybe everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel inspired just sitting in here with you for these past hour. I don't know. Has it been an hour? Yes. So.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
I've never talked too much at class.
No, it's true. Well, there's some strong personalities in that class.
Because many Spanish.
Yeah, also that, yes.
It's really nice to have this time to speak one-on-one to students because we do get to know you a lot in class, but this is really something special. Yeah. And I want to thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to come here with us. This has been, I feel like I will be lighter all day from just having consumed your vitamins. Is that a weird thing to say?
Yeah.
I'm really working hard at that analogy.
Yeah, and I think that the philosophy is that ever have one day, one opportunity. So live the moment and enjoy the journey.
I think that's a perfect ending to today's podcast.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Thank you, Andrea.
Thanks
for being here.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We also want to thank Melissa's cousin. No, not a cousin. He's a nephew. Is he a nephew?
He's a nephew.
His name is either Jake or Jack. I can never keep it straight, but he is an incredible musician. So thank you, Jake. And also thank you to Eddie Brega, who is Melissa's husband. He does everything. He is the producer, the editor, the person who deals with us when we are a mess. So Eddie, thank you so much. This was our penultimate episode. Eddie and Melissa love the word penultimate, so this is my gift to them, using it in the podcast. And it means that the next episode will be our last of the season, so make sure to listen. Thank you.
I accept your gift. Thank you.
It's well received. I'm very generous.
The views and opinions expressed in this interview are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Lone Star College.